Hey guys, last night was a big night. This is going to be the second of actually 3 videos you're going to get from Cajun Cardboard today. I know that's crazy, but you're going to get 3 videos. Last night was a special night on Fanatics Weekly auction number 138 ending Sunday, September 8th. I sold 31 Michael Jordan cards. 28 of those cards were gem mint. I broke 5 all-time records, and the overwhelming majority of the cards that I sold did very, 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 very well in comparison to eBay. Today's video, we're going to look at 25 of the cards. I didn't want to do all 31 of them. 25 is a lot. I'm going to go crazy quick. I'm going to show you graphs. I'm going to show you all-time records. I'm going to show you the data. We're going to look at all of the cards up close and personal. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you about why I moved these cards and what my plan is to do with the sales proceeds. Enjoy the video. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code CAJUN, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. All right, guys, like you heard in the introduction, we're going to look at 25 cards on Card Ladder. Again, if you're watching this video and you want to mimic what I do, watch till the end of the video. You're going to see what I've been preaching to you guys, that Fanatics Weekly Auctions is the place to sell your Michael Jordan cards. It's not the place to sell, Cam Whitmore PSA 9 base cards. It's not the place to sell a Game of Thrones autograph. It may not be the place to sell a Baker Mayfield PSA 9 Chronicles rookie. But if you're selling Jordan, if you're selling Kobe, if you're selling LeBron, if you're selling Curry, if you're selling Brady, Mahomes, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, yeah, I know other sports. If you're selling stuff like that, stuff that's not going to be missed, stuff that people are going to go in here and plug into the search, Fanatics Weekly is the place to do it because you're not shipping it, you're not dealing with returns, you don't have to secure payment, you don't have to buy cardboard sandwiches to put it together, to wrap it, to send it out. You don't have to take pictures of your card. They do a better job than you could do anyway with these high-def images, which we'll look at. And most importantly, you don't have to put all the time and effort in to listing the damn things on eBay. Or if you want to send it off to a consignor on eBay, that's great, but we're going to compare prices, and I'm just going to show you. I broke 5 all-time records last night. I would say the overwhelming majority of the cards did exceptionally well last night on the Fanatics Weekly auction number 138. If you want to do what I do, if you think it might be the place for you, you're welcome to message me and ask me any questions. I am an affiliate partner with Fanatics. I get paid by Fanatics Collect, so I want to be very clear about that. A lot of people have been talking about content creators out there not being transparent about who their relationships are with. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, here's my list, and it only started recently. Fanatics, I've been with. I am now an affiliate partner with PSA, which I'm very excited about. More about that to come. If you're considering submitting cards to PSA for the first time ever, reach out to me. I have a promo code that'll save you 25 bucks. It's Cajun, C-A-J-U-N 25. Easy. How could you not remember that? You plug in my promo code, you save 25 bucks. It's great stuff. Basketball Card Fanatic Magazine. Working through the process right now with Card Ladder and working through the process and might end up doing something with Alt to do some weekly auction recaps for them as well. So that's it. That's my list. I'm trying to, 90sauctions.com. My good friend Josh Adams and John up in the Chicago area, they do an amazing job. They have an auction platform. They run auctions quarterly. Josh and John will come on the channel very, very soon. In fact, it might even be today, actually. And they've got great quarterly auctions going as well. So that's my list. I can't get any more transparent than that. I'm always looking for more partnerships out there to try to monetize this thing, to try to move into this thing full time. But here's the problem. I don't just affiliate with anybody. It's got to be somebody that I've seen, somebody that I know has been here, somebody that I trust, somebody that I can confidently vouch for. And so that's why you're not going to see me out here, popping off, talking about stuff that I don't use, that don't care about, I don't look at, I don't collect, products and services that I don't believe in. It's only going to be stuff that I have tried and tested that I do enjoy and know and care about. So that's it. That's where I'm at right now. If you want to find a way to support the Cajun Cardboard channel, there's a million ways to do it. Every single one of them is in this YouTube description. The most, well, I don't want to say the most important, but the way that seems to have the most traction so far is buying on Fanatics with the affiliate link in the description, or selling on Fanatics with the promo code Cajun. All right, enough. I'm paying bills here. Let's look at 25 cards that I sold last night on Fanatics so I can put my money where my mouth is and show you guys. Thank God these went well, because if these would have gone terribly, guess what? I still would have showed you the cards, right? And now you're going to ask, well, why don't you show us all 31? Why are you only showing us 25? Because it's going to be a long-ass video anyway. You'll see the cards that I'm not showing you were all cards that they may have broken records too. I have no idea, but they sold for like under 150 bucks. So I just pick and chose some of the little baby cards, right? So some of these Jordan cards were little baby cards. The first one, for instance. So this one sold last night. This is my Fanimation. Here's my sale, September 8th, 2024, $98.40. The last sales were 100, 126, 50, 125, 99, don't care, right on the number. I didn't do any work. That's sort of a hitting a single. Second sale, 1995 Skybox EXL, not the blue parallel, because there is a blue parallel. This is just the regular black matte version. That PSA 10 card right there sold for 126. You're gonna have to ignore this. I could have put minus thrillers in here. Take out the natural born thrillers, because that's going to make it look kind of bad. Here you go. Mine sold for 126. There's my card right there. When? September 8th, last night, Fanatics Weekly. 110, 120, 197. Damn, somebody killed it. 137, 125, 110, 110. I'll take 126 all day long. There's a 190 outlier, but 126, I consider that a win. That's a very good result for me. Next, we've got this card, which is just an awesome base card. You guys know, I've talked about this before. It's the Skybox Emotion card number 100 from the 1994 Emotion set. Tough to look up, but it's Emotion Jordan 100 PSA 10. Last night, 132. Another one sold on Fanatics Weekly. No, it's not the same one. It's a different cert number. So two of our cards sold last night. Both of them sold for 132. This is some other dude, some imposter, some Cajun imposter. His card, this is a pop 1104 card, people. 132. Last sales, 109, 146, 185, 150, 126, 150, 150, 160, 132. So probably a little bit on the low end, but it might have been because there was two of them last night on the exact same auction platform. So you're going to eliminate one of the potential bidders. The difference between 150 and 132 is like a net $13 in my pocket. So it's not a total loss. I know I'm rationalizing. So this one didn't set a record. It wasn't the greatest sale ever, but it was, again, the last sale was $109. This was 23 over. So fine with me. This is the one that sort of surprised me, to be quite honest with you guys. It sold for 150, and it's very peculiar, okay? So this is the 1990 Bulls Equal Michael Jordan. I want to show you the pop report, and I've talked about this card before on a mail day. It's not a hierarchy card. It's an oddball card. I don't collect them, so it was time to move it. I graded it myself from the cross-country collection on with PSA, and it came back a 9. I was like, that's a pretty good grade, and let me tell you why. 31 have been graded by PSA. A bunch have been graded by Beckett. I think PSA only recently started grading these. Maybe there's more to that story. I don't know. But it came back a 9, which is a pop 10 with only 5 higher out there. And I was like, you know what? Let's move this thing along. So here's what we got. It sold for 150 last night. Again, there's the card. I think it's a cool looking card, to be honest with you. The last one sold for half of that. So I doubled the last comp, but here's where it gets weird. In July, well, that's not it. That's a different card. It sold for 102 here, 88 here. That's, again, not the same card. That it's a 1989. That's a 1989. These are all 1989s. Let me get rid of the 1989. I didn't put in the year. That's why, dumbass. Here we go. Let's get 1989 out of there, and let's put 1990 in. And let's go price paid. This is the weird one right here. Somebody sold one for $348. Somebody sold one for $690 last year. So it's a really strange card. It went from $690 to $348, $550. Before that, it was 26 bucks. $348. It goes down to $88, $74, and then mine kind of doubled the last comp. So it's only sold 11 times in history. I don't know what the story is. I kind of was hoping somebody would be like, damn, this card sold for $600. I'll take it for $300, but I got $150 out of it. You're going to have to let me know in the comments, what would you have expected it to sell for? I guess you can't complain if somebody just sold one for 75 bucks and the one before that was 88, and then mine last night sold for $150. That's pretty good. All right, the 1997 Skybox Z-Force 190. Again, this is the Superman subset, but it looks like an insert card. We talk about it all the time. It's just a gorgeous freaking card. There's something about yellow and black with the Bulls red. It just really, really pops. It's really good looking base card. Pretty tough to grade, to be quite honest with you. Mine sold for $192. Let's look at the other ones. $183, $150, $149, $120, $122, $129, $158, $107, $113, $110. I'm telling you, that's really, really good. $192 is really, really good in comparison to all of those for a base card that is not rare, that sells all the time. What about its little brother here? What about, I said it's a big brother, number 23. This is the true base card from 1997 Skybox Z-Force. That's my card. That's the card that sold. Fanatics Weekly, September 8th, 216. Last sales, 187 over that, 199 over that, 221, slightly under, over, over, under, over. So you get it. It did well. I mean, it was a little bit better than I expected, considering the last two comps were 200 and 187. I did 216. Slight win, hit a single, right? Bunt single. This one I knew was going to be an issue because there's no subs. I can't remember if the subs are on the back. I think I picked this up as I was walking out of the Chicago National a couple 14 months ago, something like that, right? So I just saw this one, and we're about to look at the other vintage 1998 Fleer Vintage 61. Both of them were 9.5s. They were sitting together. I said, give me a deal I can't refuse. The dealer gave me the deal I couldn't refuse. I said, I'll take both of them. And I bought them on the way out, right? They were gems, they're base cards, whatever. This one didn't have subs, which I knew was going to be a problem, but check it out. 210, the last one with subs, this might or might not have subs, 228, 270, 227, 235, 202. So I did what I tell people not to do. Don't ever buy a Beckett card without subgrades. And if you do, just go re-slab it and put subs on there. It just didn't matter enough for me to go through that hassle and that process. So I sold it last night. It did about what I expected, probably 10, 15, 20% less than a card would have done if it was a quad gem, right? The next one, this one did have subgrades, and it was a mixed gem, 10 for centering, 9 for surface. That's my card. Here you go. It is down here. I've got this sorted by price. The highest price ever paid for this card was $406 way back in 2021, 2022. Mine is the fourth highest selling price for this card in a BGS 9.5 slab in history. So of 22 results, mine was fourth. That's a humongous win. That is a lot more than I expected it to sell for. If we compare it to recent comps, 264 was my sale right here. Look, there's my card, my cert. 250, 225, 160, 150, 344 back in 2022, 201, 187. So you kind of get the point. That's a win for me, a big win, I think. And this is the weird one, right? I really thought this one, I've been coughing a lot lately. It must be too many energy drinks. 1991 Skybox Canadian Minis Cello Pack graded PSA 10. So it's a teeny tiny little postage stamp size card inside the Cello Pack. PSA 10, the all-time record was 277. Mine sold for 312. I'll take it. That's a win as far as I'm concerned. Exactly what I expected. 1998 Upper Deck Ionics Kinetics. This is where it gets really weird. Michael Jordan. This is just the Kinetics from 1998 Upper Deck Ionics, and mine was the second highest price ever paid in history for the card. Again, there's the card. Here's my sale on row 2 right here, Fanatics Weekly, September 8th, 2024, 336. 406 was the record, and that was in 2021. Geez, surprise, surprise. Check it out in comparison to the comps. Here's my 336, 326. This is going backwards in time, sorted by date. 326, 242, 244, 203, 200, 150, 196, 251. So again, is it, it ain't me. Nobody really cares that it was my card. The card's a card, right? I did have a Cajun Cardboard filter. That probably may have helped a little bit. Obviously, I've got a big mouth. That might have helped a little bit, but I don't think anybody's going to pay a premium on a Kinetics card because it's Cajun Cardboard's Kinetics card that's going out the door. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It didn't work on my big cards we're about to get to. I'll tell you that. Stay tuned till the end because the big boys are at the end. So there's your Kinetics right there. Where am I at? Right here? Okay, so what about the 1996 Superman, right? So here's the other Superman, number 179. Date sold. Here's me, 348. Last one sold about a month ago on Fanatics Weekly. That did 420. Before that, Fanatics Weekly, 408. 325, 374, 360, 350, 300, 348, 492, 350. So not as good as the last two comps for sure. About $50 lower, $70 lower, something like that. So a little surprised on that one. Thought maybe I could have done a little bit better on that one. But again, that's not a rare card either, and shit happens. $50, $70 is one of those deals. And again, so I win some, I lose some. I'm trying to share with you both of those perspectives. What about this bad boy? I love this card. This is a base card. This card looks so good. The 1998 Upper Deck Hard Court, number 23. I've got it sorted here by date sold. How about just doubling the last one? Just about, right? In fact, I did double it. 348, last comp, 168, 145, 180, 152, 190, 200, 205. Guys, destroyed the last comp. Destroyed the last comp. Here's the sorted by the highest price ever paid. We've got this outlier, again, Fanatics Weekly, in 2023. Then we got to go back all the way to 2021, but at some point we're going to get to mine right here. So top 10 highest price ever paid out of 106 results. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. That card did huge numbers. I was really surprised at how well that card did, considering that's more than double the last comp, way more than double before that. That's a humongous sale. Like, that's awesome for me. I'm excited about that one, to be quite honest with you. I know it's little numbers. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to matter as much as the last two that we're about to look at, but I'll take it, man. It feels good. It's a good little win. At least it kind of reinforces what I've been trying to tell you guys, and I'm trying to put my money where my mouth is. You can do really well selling your cards on Fanatics Collect weekly auctions and premier auctions. Really well. I'm not hiding anything. I don't know whose cards are whose when I do these recaps on Mondays, and we're seeing records all over the place. Not just Jordan's. We're seeing it on Kobe's. We're seeing it on Curry's. We're seeing it on LeBron stuff. Weird, well, not LeBron stuff, but we're seeing it all over the place, right? Cherry Blossom Choice Wimbies, for God's sakes. All right, here we go. Date sold. This is me last night. Little bitty card, right? Way off center. I ripped the coating off. This was a cross-country collection card. Sent it to PSA. It came back at 8. I'm like, okay, I'll take it 8. That's actually really good because the centering is like a 1. So took the coating off. Surface is awesome. Color's great, so that's going to help. $420 for this 1996 Finest Refractor number 50. Check it out. Almost $100 over the last one. $372. That's not it. $485, $400, $360. So not perfect, but over the last two comps, I'll take it. $420 was a pretty good result for me on that little PSA 8. And here's where the records start to be broken. Great card. I've told y'all this card is special. I've told y'all this card is cool. I've got it pulled up right here. Here's the card. Let's pull it up on the pop report. Card's been graded 213 times. 14% gem rate. There's 31 PSA 10s. Here's my sale. And guess what? This ain't sorted by date sold. This is sorted by the highest price ever paid. Well, I just wiped the record books clean and put my name at the top. That is 20%, 25% higher than, it's really 30% higher than the highest price that's ever been paid for one of these cards in history, which was a 403 sale on Alt a couple of months ago. So $552, there's your new all-time record for this card right here. Put that one in the books. Next, we've got a members only 92 Stadium Club. Guys, we know this is a card that was printed, the regular one printed a million times. Then we know there's these Stadium Club members only sets that were distributed, right? And they were in the little cellophane packs, whatever. PSA 10 gets this card into relatively low pop for a base card, even though it's a parallel. It's kind of a base parallel from back in the 90s. Check out this graph. This is a card that's in the Card Ladder database. This is my sale last night, $750 if I'm not mistaken. View all sales. Let's make sure. Yes, there's mine, $750. That is a great sale. This is the last 1 year. There's been one sale higher. So this is the second highest of the last 27 sales. Look at the graph. The graph is great. That looks good to me. I'll take it. I did no work. I made money on that card. I'll be honest with you. I actually bought low and sold high on that one. What about the starting lineup BGS 9.5 from 1988 Kenner? I decided I was going to let go of this Kenner starting lineup stuff. This is part of what I'm doing with these sales, right? Is that I'm starting to push money further into the hierarchy cards that I don't have. Try to pick up some tier 1s. Try to pick up some tier 2s. I've got to take a step backwards to take a couple steps forward. That's just the way it is. This is pot 53 in a BGS 9.5. Here's my sale right here. $1,020. Over the $1,000 mark is a big deal. It's only happened 3 times in the last year, and mine is one of them. This is the second highest sale in the entire last year out of 8 sales. So another win for me on the starting lineup 88. What about the 1991 Kenner starting lineup dribbling? Well, you're talking about barely missing a record. I wanted so much to get this, and I missed it by 30 bucks. This is sorted by price. This is a rare card. Why? You're saying, Cajun Cardboard, that can't be right. It's only sold 4 times ever? Well, let me show you. The dribbling, this is one of the rarest starting lineup cards. It's been graded by Beckett 74 times. There's only 9 BGS 9.5s, right? And so this one... This one right here sold for $1,020, and I'm about to show you something. This has nothing to do with my sale. So second highest sale ever. I am super okay and fine with that. That is a really good result there for this card right here. But watch this. I want to show you something really crazy. I don't know if this card, okay, so I'm going to take out BGS 9.5. Watch this. Y'all are about to have a heart attack. And I know who won this card. Bing! Look how much the PSA 10 last sold for. $12,400, $11,300. Why is my BGS 9.5 selling for 1/12 of that? It's just the nature of the business, man. It's just the way PSA versus BGS 9.5 is right now. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Next, let's talk about some more records. Oh, gee, it's the 1997 Flair Showcase Row 3. We look at the pop report. There's 75 of them. Look at the gem rate, people. 3.85%. Dreams do come true because I graded this card from the cross country collection and this mug came back a 10. It's a base card. I'm not collecting the base Jordan stuff anymore, especially if it's in PSA 10. The timing is right. The prices are high. This is a perfect example of why I sold this card. I just broke another all-time record. 1,020 broke a record that was set 7 days ago of 1,000, which broke the highest record that was ever paid for that card in February of 2022. So new record here. That's record number 3, maybe 4 by my calculations. Next, we got another record, and this one's cool because I broke it by $101. Another Flair Showcase, another different row, row 2, PSA 10, another cross-country collection card that came back a PSA 10. Dreams do come true. This card is also low pop. Let's go look at it. Here we go. Pop 44 with a 5% gem rate. Again, these are base cards, but these are no ordinary base cards. Remember, you got the Legacy collection out there, and then you got these base cards. That's it. That's your options from Flair Showcase for the base parallel stuff. So 1110, another all-time record. Fanatics Weekly, number 138, September 8th. That's my card. Moving along, 1990 Kenner, Michael Jordan starting lineup, Brown. Date sold, mine right here, last night, 1,260. Down from the sale before, way up from the sale before that, 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 up, down, a little bit down, way up, down. So you can see, great result. I'm fine with it. That's exactly what I expected from my sale last night. It's actually a little bit better than I expected. So Kenner starting lineup, Brown, PSA 10 does well as well. It's a pretty low pop card, isn't it? Yeah, pop 55, 5% gem rate. Pretty rare card right there. Let's move along. Let's do the other night. This is the 1993. This is that frequent flyers, right? This is the members only parallel, PSA 10. Here's my sale last night. Gee, that definitely is the all-time record because unless I put in some kind of weird calculation here, that is triple the all-time record, which was 400. Last night's sale of 1,260. There's only 16 of them in the world. Somebody looked at the pop report and said, you know what, Cajun, you should not have let this one go. This one's pretty freaking rare. So 1,260 for that 1993 second year Stadium Club Frequent Flyers PSA 10. That is an obliteration of a record, people. So that one really got me tingly in the nether region. Moving along, I know who won this one. The great Milton Papadopoulos. I hope I spelled that right. From the great continent/country of Australia. Again, I want to give a shout out right now to all the folks that collect in Australia. First of all, if you're new to Jordan collecting, you need to be aware that some of the biggest, baddest, and nastiest 90s basketball collectors, specifically Jordan collectors as well, dwell in the great continent down under of Australia. Some of the greatest collectors out there, some of my very best friends in the hobby, some of the most loyal watchers and subscribers of the channel, some of the most engaged comments come from down under. Milton is one of those folks. He's an OG. He's been supporting me. He's been watching the channel for a very long time. He collects Jordan. He picked up 4 or maybe been 5. I think it was 4 or 5 of the cards from the Cajun Cardboard filter last night. No doubt, Milton, you use the affiliate link, right? The affiliate link, you know, the one that's in the YouTube description. I hope he did. But this is the card that I was most excited about him picking up. Now, here's the deal, Milton. You took a page out of my book and you broke the all-time record. So here's another record shattered. This is the 1997 Collector's Choice Star Quest number 171. This is rare. And if you don't believe me, let's go check it out. First of all, Milton, congrats on your record. Congrats on the card. I'm just kidding. Sometimes you got to, you get what you pay for. Check out why Milton reached on this one. Here's why. It's pop 7. First of all, it's only been graded, and again, this is 27 years later. The card's been graded 81 times. If that's not rarity, this ain't cherry blossom choice. This ain't tiger print. This isn't zebra prism mezzanine level Wembanyama. This is like real 20s. That's a quarter of a century. It's been graded 81 times. Milton just picked up a pop, what do we say? Pop 7 PSA 10 Michael Jordan card. So well done, Milton. I know you picked up those other Flair Showcase PSA 10s as well. So Milton was breaking all sorts of records last night. Milton, thanks for checking out my cards. I do think that those are going to be very, very, very good long-term holds. One of them's a single-digit pop. The other two are double-digit pops, and those cards really do matter. So congrats on that, Milton. And then we get to the commodity card. This is the 1988 Jordan PSA 10. I just started reflecting on my collection, and I'm like, why am I collecting the base cards? I can go back and get these anytime I want them if I want to. It just wasn't where my collection is right now. Like, I want to push harder into a little bit into LeBron, which I haven't mentioned, but I am basically moving money from A to B in the world of Jordan. We're talking about it more in the next two cards. So this is card number 3. This is a very distant bronze medal winner of the top three cards that I sold last night. And those of you that kind of follow me on Instagram know the next two cards that are coming, and we'll look at them in detail. But this 88 Fleer did great. I was very, very happy. Over the last 3 months, it's sold 15 times, and mine is the highest. So the highest out of the last 15 comps for a really high pop, 643 base 1988 Fleer is absolutely fine with me. Over the last 6 months, it is the 5th highest sale for a card that's down 3.33 Pippin percent. So again, I was very excited, very pleased with that sale last night for the 88 Fleer PSA 10. Now let's get to the big boys. Let's get to the first ever Michael Jordan insert. And it just so happens to be a PSA 10, and it just so happens to be from the greatest set ever invented, which is 1986 Fleer, and it just so happens to be only a pop 127 with a gem rate of, drum roll please, 0.62%. This one was a hard one to let go of, but like I said, sometimes you got to take a step backwards to take a step forward. This one didn't set the world on fire, okay? So I thought mine was a relatively exceptional copy. Some people might disagree. I thought that both of these 86 Fleers, and spoiler alert, the next one's going to be the 57, the true Jordan rookie card from 1986 Fleer, PSA 10, Pop 331. But the sticker, my personal sticker, I thought was a really good copy. Apparently people disagreed. So you've got this outlier up here at 60 grand. That was an eye appeal sticker. So that's usually almost always going to carry a premium. Although we're about to see it doesn't always carry a premium. Then it came down to 54.9. I'll be honest with you guys. I was expecting my card to sell somewhere in the 52 to 57 range. That's what I was expecting. It sold last night for 48, but you know what? Sometimes that's what you get. If you look at the card over the last 2 years, it's sold once a month on average. 24 months, 24 sales, including mine last night. The average sale is 44,860, and mine sold last night for 48,000. So it sold for almost $4,000 higher than average. You can't complain about that, right? It's not a perfect science. Maybe I caught the right buyer on the right day. It sells for 55. Maybe it could have been a bad day, and the guy that won the card could have been too drunk and passed out and not put his bid in. Could have sold for 43 or something like that. So I'm not going to sit here and complain, cry over spilt milk. It did what I needed it to do. This wasn't about breaking records on these two cards. We know that was not going to happen, right? People were like, I hope you break a record on the 86 Fleer. I'm like, brother, we ain't breaking a record on 86 Fleer. This is a sticker, and yeah, this is going to be the sad part of the video. This is a sticker that once sold for $115,000. Yes, I missed my window. I held my card because it was part of a set through that peak, and this next card we're going to look at is even scarier. But I think all in all, the sticker did right where I would have expected it to do. It was above the average of the last 2 years on a card that's relatively flat. So it is what it is. And then this is not my 10. This is just the example 10 on Card Ladder. Same thing with the sticker we just looked at. But I sold my 86 Fleer PSA 10. It did have an eye appeal sticker, and it did not do as well as I thought it would. I thought for sure it was going to hit 200,000. I really did, and it sold last night for 192,000. Again, I'm into the card for significantly less than that, so I'm not sitting here. Nobody wants to listen to a guy that just cashed out 200 something grand, complain about his cards or whatever, right? And so we saw, in the grand scheme of things, we've looked at 25 cards, and 5 of them broke records, 1 of them almost broke a record, and 3 others were the highest price in the last 2 years. So Fanatics Collect did their job. That's what I'll say. They marketed the hell out of my 86 Fleer sticker and base card. I got 3 emails that went out worldwide to everybody that's a Fanatics Collect member. I got Instagram reels. I got, shout out to Adam Gray, who tried to promote the card and kind of let people in on my secret that I'm building a soccer field. Again, let's just get this out of the way and then we'll talk about that. So the average price is $207. Again, this is going to be really skewed because some dude paid $372 and some dude paid $292. That's not normal. That I don't know if those got paid. They're in the Card Ladder database, but if you take those out, the average is going to come way down. The card is sold for as low as $145 over the last year. We're looking at 21 sales. It looks to me like the average is about $195, and my card last night sold for $192. It did have a sticker. I thought it was an exceptional copy. I thought there was a chance it would go over 200. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but again, let's get you off this. This is no fault of Fanatics Collect. Unless somebody wants to disagree with me in the comments, you're certainly welcome. But I think this is about as good as the card could have done on any given night. And so it was very close to what I expected. The, cards 3 through 22, or 3 through 31 did phenomenally. They did phenomenally. And like I said, there was 5 cards I didn't share with you. They were like $100 cards or something like that. It was another Fanimation. Those cards might have broken records too. I don't know. It's unlikely because the low end stuff, it's really hard to break records because 2021 is where those base cards were going crazy. But again, shout out to Adam Gray, who is, again, he is the editor and owner of Basketball Card Fanatic magazine. That's another way you can support the channel. If you go into my YouTube description, I've got a promo code that you can use when you buy Basketball Card Fanatic magazine. If you like my stuff, I promise you, if you like the stuff that you watch on my YouTube channel, you need to go buy a full year subscription to Basketball Fanatic magazine, the print copy. Buy the print copy. That's 12 mail days a year that you're going to get. If you use my promo code, I think you also get 10% off or something like that. So you're talking about $120, I think, minus 10%. So what is that, $108 or something? And you get a print copy. You also get a free digital copy if you buy the print copy. You can also go back and buy past copies if you choose to buy past copies. In fact, you can buy all of the past copies so you have access to the whole database of Basketball Card Fanatic magazine. It's something that you guys do need to go check out. I'll be quite honest with you. And Adam did me a favor and discounted me on a reel that he did. You might have seen the reel on Instagram. Yes, I am taking I've already spent some of this money to build a soccer field in my backyard. One of my youngest children is a soccer player, and he's on a nice little path here. So I'm going to give him every opportunity to train and succeed and have his friends come over and play 3-on-3. We're in the process of building walls. Yes, you heard me right. Walls around the field so the ball never goes out of play. There will be nets up to the 10 feet area. I promise you I will share a video and pictures on here of my son and his friends playing 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, whatever the case may be. But it's going to save me a lot of travel time for these training sessions that I have to drive all the way across town to get him to his trainer. And so we've already had a couple at the house, although the walls are not built yet. So some of the money from this is going to that. And I'll be quite honest with you, and some of you guys, if you've been paying attention on Instagram, you know I have already spent some of this money, which is very unlike me. Usually I am the person who's like, let's get this done, let's get paid, get the money in our account, and then we go back on the hunt. Well, this is a rare exception where a couple of opportunities, really 2 separate, very big opportunities came across my plate, which happens from time to time because I got a big mouth and I reach out and I talk to people quite often. And so I got a deal done for a absolute monster tier 1 card that I'll share with the YouTube channel really, really soon. It's already in my vault, so it'll probably be sometime this week, next week, something like that. It needs its own, let's put it this way, the card will get its own mail day. Let's just do it that way. And then another deal for a an 8 card lot. Every one of them is BGS 9.5. Every one of them matters. Every one of them I did not own in a Gem Mint copy. And so a lot of the money that I've got out of these sale proceeds is going to build these walls on this soccer field, and the rest is going back into Jordan. So I'm not going anywhere, okay? I am not leaving the hobby. I am not taking my money out of the hobby. If anything, I'm doubling down. I am moving money from Jordan A to Jordan B. It's just that simple. The 31 card, well, the 25 you saw, but 31 Jordan cards out, 9 Jordan cards in, a little money to pay for JoJo, Cajun the third, or whatever you want to call him, my, let's see, 1, 2, how many boys do I have? I have 4 boys. This is my 4th son. So JoJo is my 10-year-old 4th son who plays soccer. So put a little money, sprinkle some money to pay for these walls. And by the way, the walls are being built by another great collector in the hobby, Monk's Cards. He actually owns a company, and they do stuff all over the country. He's big time, right? He's deep pockets. And I'm just like his assistant, right? I'd be lucky to be his assistant. His company's going to build the walls for me, so I know it's going to get done right. And I know if there's anything wrong, he'll fix it. So Steve Davis here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, owns a company that's nationwide, and they do an amazing job. They don't do it for free, but they do an amazing job. And so hopefully the walls will be up. I'll send you guys some video and pictures of the new soccer field, and then really stay tuned because there's some really big Jordan stuff that's about to hit on mail days that I cannot wait to share for you guys. Honestly, can't wait to get paid on this and pay my debts, right? Because I've got 2 deals done in principle that I'm just waiting to get the money to send the money out to get those things paid for. I normally don't work backwards like this. I'm normally much more risk averse and conservative. I like to get the money in hand and then do the deals. But these were 2 deals that I didn't want to pass up. And they were from people who I know and trust in the hobby, who have probably bigger and better collections than I have. And so they were fine waiting because they know I'm not going anywhere. I'm easy to find. I make sure of that. I'm too loud to go unnoticed or to disappear. So I ain't lurking in the shadows. I'm here front and center. And like I said, if these cards had gone bad, you would have gotten the same video. I would have maybe been crying, but you would have gotten the same video. But they did a little bit better than expected on cards 31 through 3. And then I don't know, maybe I was just hoping for something special to happen on cards 1 and 2. Let me know what you think. Should I be happy with where I am on the 86 Fleer base and the sticker and the results that came in? Again, for better or worse, obviously I did very well on these cards just based purely on timing. It ain't like I'm some genius. I just happened to buy them before the cards exploded. And again, I'm the same guy that held through the peak where 86 Fleer PSA 10 cards were selling for 4x what they sell for today. So again, there's 2 sides to every story, just depending on your perspective. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I truly appreciate you guys watching. Again, remember, if you want to max out, if you want to dominate and kill it on Fanatics Collect weekly auctions, you're welcome to message me and ask me any questions. If you think, is this a card that would do well or not do well? I'll give you my honest opinion. I don't know everything. I don't have a crystal ball. But this stuff that I'm selling, Jordan stuff, you saw the PSA 8 refractor did a crazy number. That's weird, right? That's exceptional. That's better than eBay. And I did no work. I am not exaggerating. It took me 2 minutes to move these 31 cards from my vault into the Fanatics weekly auction. And if you are gonna move a huge lot of valuable cards like this, please reach out to me. Let me get you in touch with the powers that be. If it's a big number, if it's a 6-figure type deal, I'll get you a filter as well. So you'll have a filter for your cards like I did with Cajun Cardboard. And maybe you can get a special rate if it's a big number, right? I'm not talking about if you're selling $12,000 worth of cards. I'm talking about a big number. If you're selling a big number of cards on Fanatics Collect, let me go to bat for you. Let me try. I mean, the worst they can say is no, I'm sorry, it's not big enough, or no, we can't do you a favor. But it doesn't hurt to ask, and sometimes it'll help with somebody that's an affiliate partner asking on your behalf, especially if you're somebody that's been around, done that, and you're choosing Fanatics Collect weekly over some other options. That's just the way business works, right? So appreciate you guys watching as always. Again, ways to support the channel in the YouTube description. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. I can't wait to share these mail days with you. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited.